It starts with a sound, the shattering of a teacup, a minor, clumsy accident on a Tuesday evening. You apologize, you reach for a dustpan, but her eyes aren't on the mess. They're on you. And they are cold. Colder than the night outside.
Careless, she whispers. The word hangs in the air, heavy and thick. It's just like that time. You remember, don't you?
And just like that, you are no longer in your living room. The broken porcelain is gone. You are 5 years in the past, standing in the rain, reliving a failure you thought was long buried. This is not a conversation. It is a psychological hijacking. This is weaponized history. It's a tactic of control, so subtle, so devastating, you mistake its poison for your own personal failing. You feel the familiar chill of shame, the hot flush of guilt. Your defenses crumble before they are even built. Why does she do this? Why does she insist on reopening old wounds? You tell yourself she's just sensitive, that she can't let things go. The truth is far more calculated. This isn't about her inability to forget. It's about her need for you to remember. Your past mistakes are not memories to her. They are anchors, and she uses them to moor you to a permanent state of guilt. Let's be clear. It's a form of psychological warfare disguised as a conversation. The manipulator establishes a pattern. They identify a past mistake, an insecurity, a moment of genuine regret you once shared in vulnerability. This becomes the primary weapon, a single event that is inflated to represent your entire character. You lost money once? You are financially reckless. You told a lie years ago. You are fundamentally untrustworthy. You failed at a project. You are incompetent. The event itself no longer matters. The context is erased. The lesson you learned from it is ignored. All that remains is the brand, the stain. Next comes emotional linkage. The manipulator masterfully connects this primary weapon to any current situation where you show independence or disagree with them. Want to start a new hobby? Are you sure? You tend to give up on things, remember? Want to see your friends? Just be careful. We both know how your judgment can be. She isn't arguing about the hobby or your friends. She is triggering the emotional response tied to your past failure, the shame, the self-doubt. It's a shortcut to winning any argument. She doesn't need to use logic. She just has to press the button that makes you feel worthless. Consider the story of Elias. Early in his relationship with Lilith, he made a poor investment, a genuine mistake. He lost an amount of money that was significant, but not life-altering. He was ashamed. He confessed to Lilith, expecting support. Instead, she offered a chilling, quiet understanding. She was disappointed. That mistake became her masterpiece, her primary weapon. When he wanted to apply for a promotion at work, she said, "The pressure, my love. Remember how you get with big decisions. Remember the investment." He withdrew his application. The shame of the past was more powerful than the hope for the future. When he wanted to plan a vacation, a simple trip, she smiled softly. "Let me handle it. We need to be careful with money." You know, his ability to make even the smallest decisions was eroded. He began to believe the narrative she was selling. He was incompetent, a risk. She had isolated him not with walls, but with his own history. He was a prisoner in the museum of his own mistakes, and she was the curator. The breaking point for Elias came from an unexpected place. A simple question from a friend. He was lamenting his own bad judgment. His friend listened patiently and then asked, "Man, that was years ago. You learned from it, right? Everyone messes up."
Learned from it? The thought was revolutionary. Lilith had never allowed learning. Learning implies growth, moving on. Her entire structure of control was built on the premise that he was incapable of growth.
He saw it then, the pattern, the weapon, the hundreds of conversations that were never about the present. They were all echoes of a single, curated past. The teacup, the promotion, the vacation, it was all the same move in a game he never knew he was playing. He wasn't broken. He was being broken. There is a world of difference. This is the moment of clarity you must reach. The realization that the weapon being used against you is not your past. It's her distortion of it. She doesn't bring up your mistakes because she is still hurt by them. She brings them up because it works. It is the most effective tool in her arsenal to control your present and extinguish your future. So how do you fight back? You don't engage in the past. You refuse to travel back in time with her. When she says, "This is just like that time," you cut her off. Not with anger, but with calm, unshakable firmness. You say, "We are not talking about that. We are talking about the broken teacup. Right here, right now." You must anchor yourself in the present. The present is the only place where her illusions have no power. She will escalate. She will accuse you of being dismissive, of not caring about her feelings. This is a trap. It's a secondary tactic to pull you back into the emotional mire. Hold the line. "I do care about your feelings regarding the teacup. I do not care to be punished for something from 5 years ago. Your history is a part of you. It is a library of lessons, not a prison of guilt. You are the only one who gets to decide which books to read. Do not let anyone, no matter how much you love them, become the warden of your past, because in doing so, you hand them the keys to your present and your future.